Hey guys, it's Roger, and I know it's been a long time, which seems to be like my new intro in all of my videos that I've been doing over the last year. What I wanted to do is I wanted to put out a video right before I leave, because I'm going to be leaving for a month coming up, leaving on Sunday, and I'm going to be working on a feature film out in Indiana, and I'm going to be living there for 3 weeks. I'm going to be working as a boom operator on a kids movie. I've been really fortunate lately. All the connections and work that I've put in over the past 3 years have finally been paying off. Like, I'm actually getting recommended for jobs. People are calling me for jobs I've never heard of, and it's been really great. I've actually had the opportunity to turn down jobs that I don't want to do, whereas before I was forced to do any job that came up just to pay rent. I'm not doing amazingly right now, but I'm having a great time, and I'm doing all the work that I've always wanted to do. It's funny because making YouTube videos, you're doing something similar to this. You're making some kind of media that other people would wanna watch, and it's now become my life on a completely different level, like the level that I always wanted it to be, and I have no complaints at all in that regard. And what I wanted to talk about was kind of along the same vein. I wanted to discuss how my YouTube history correlates to what I'm doing in that point in my life. I actually started doing YouTube videos at a really rough time in my life. I was working a dead-end job. I could barely afford to do anything. I was living at home. I would go over to friends' houses to record commentaries, just so I didn't have to do it at my house. And that went on for a little while, and then it started to slow down, and I started going to I moved out again, because at the point that I was doing commentaries, I had already moved out, and then I moved back home because the work just wasn't what it needed to be, and I'd finished school, and I had no reason to just kill myself out trying to work at a minimum wage job and keep rent going while trying to pursue this career. And then I finally got my first real actual film job. I was working as an editor at an ad agency. I started doing that for a while, and things seemed amazing. I was doing really well. I was making a good amount of money doing it, and I always had work. And I know at that point in time I started slowing down doing that stuff, and I managed to move out, and I was working all the time. It felt awesome. And then the work started to dry up, and I didn't have any money. I couldn't do anything, and that's when I started diving back into it again. As much as it sucks to say, is that whenever I was most active on YouTube was when I was doing the worst in my personal life. I struggled for 2.5 years. I could not do anything. I overdrew my bank account once a month. I always had to beg my mom to bail me out, and she's always been there. My mom's such a great lovely lady. Once I got back from RVSX, which was my trip from I drove from Pittsburgh to Chicago, met up with a group of great people, and then road tripped in an RV from Chicago down to Austin for South by Southwest. It went so well. We were even featured on CNN for how unique our trip was. And when I came back, the work was there, and I started getting calls. And then I met up with some people that I hadn't talked to in a long time, and started doing work with them. And then they started giving me calls. And I even did a free job, and I made a bunch of connections, and those connections have paid off for me a ton. I've been working with a company shooting live bands and recording bands in the studio, and working with music that closely. It's phenomenal. And then another thing, I worked with a photographer who I had been working with before. He asked if I would star in this photo shoot that he had planned, and it was a gritty reboot of Scooby-Doo with zombies. And I'll post the pictures right here. They look awesome. They look so good. And it's actually, I just noticed or someone told me just recently it was been blowing up on Tumblr, and some other people have been sharing it on Facebook, and they're actually talking about possibly making a Kickstarter, making it like a web series, or even just like a short or a feature film. So I have no idea what's going to go on with that, and if it does turn into something, I don't know if I could handle being Shaggy. I'm not an actor. I've been around actors, and I could probably get away with a little bit, but I don't think I wouldn't feel comfortable acting on a scale like that. What's going on in the video right now is I decided I wanted to make a video before I left. It's kind of funny because I have this big month-long trip lined up, and I know that I won't be able to make a video during that time. I probably wouldn't have made a video regardless, but just knowing that I would not possess the ability to make one for that amount of time, it just really motivated me to actually sit down and make one for once. And I just don't know what to do with this channel anymore. Like, I know that if I had kept with it and put in the time and put in the effort and put in all the work and the networking and everything, I know I had the potential to make a really good channel, a really big channel, and people have been telling me that from the beginning. It's just, I'm a very social person. I just never clicked in my mind that YouTube was anything other than YouTube to me. I might start doing, I got my PVR back. I sold it to a guy for a long time, and he came to me just recently and said that it was broken and asked if I could take a look at it, and I took it home and I plugged it in and it worked right away. Didn't have to do anything, and I just told him it was broken so I could keep it. So I've been debating about possibly when I get back doing a couple live commentaries, because that's pretty much the only thing that I think I have the effort to do, just because I can sit down, I can do them, the editing's easy, and I have the ability now. Well, anyways, guys, thanks for actually watching and listening and caring about me. Anybody who still watches this channel, I'm very, very grateful for. I'd love to talk to you. I mean, people still talk to me on Twitter from time to time, and anytime I get a comment, it just makes me so happy. So leave a comment, just tell me what you're up to in your life and what you want to do. I want to know what you want to do. Like what career choice do you want to pursue? I will be tweeting and Facebooking and stuff just to keep an update on everything that I'm doing over the next month. So thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.